Hey guys, so welcome back to another video. In this video, you guys are going to be seeing me do my daughter's makeup again. So right here, straight off, let's jump right into it. I am color matching her face. That first shade you guys just saw me put on, which was the darker one, was Fenty. That second one is WetNWild, and this last one is Maybelline Fit Me, which was way too bright, so I didn't end up using that one. It looked like it blends in with her skin very well, but it actually does not. So you guys are going to see me actually use two different shades, and I'm going to explain to you guys why I use two different shades towards the middle to the end of the video when you guys see the foundation application process. So what we're going to do first is start off with reshaping her brows a little bit. This is her natural shape that she wears her brows when her makeup is not done. So I'm just going in with Anastasia with the color chocolate, and I'm doing it with a very light hand because I didn't want to make her brows too dark because her natural brows aren't that dark. So I wanted to just be careful. I'm just going in with my brow shaper and just shaping up her brows. She has her brothers assisting her, open up her snack, and then we're gonna get right started. So like I said, I'm just going in very light-handed with it because if you go in too much, it'll be as dark as her hair, and we don't want to have dark brows on anybody's face, honestly. Unless your brows are just naturally dark, then you don't have a choice unless you lighten them. Okay, let's not get sidetracked. So just going in, blending. Also, just a little trick for anybody that's ever, went heavy-handed on any brow definer. What you do is on the spoolie side of it, you just keep brushing until it gets light enough for you. Or you can use a Q-tip to kind of rub some of that off. You see how I'm just brushing? I'm just really trying to lighten up the ends of her brows, closest to her nose, to give it that natural brow look. So I'm just trying to shape them to where they look semi-alike. And then that way we can get started with the rest of the makeup look. So what I'm going in right now is with a Milani concealer, which when I applied it, I thought it would be light enough for her skin color. This is actually a shade that I brighten up my eyes underneath with when I don't want to be too bright. But I ended up finding out that it was too dark to shape in her brows. It was more like on the yellow golden side. So I had to actually go in with my Too Faced concealer that I also used in the color Sand. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know that's one of my favorite. Too Faced Sand and Too Faced Caramel is my two favorite concealers. I literally wear it every day, even when I'm not doing my full makeup. So this is where I kind of realized that it was too dark. Like if you really look, it was really yellow. And I really wanted that pale yellow, not that golden yellow, if you guys know what I mean. I'm not a good person in telling you what the correct tones of different things are. I just be saying what I feel like it looks like. So y'all don't go anywhere trying to Google my terms because you will not find them. These are the things that I just make up based off what I see. So as you see here, this is where I went in with the Sand in the Too Faced concealer because like I said a minute ago, I realized that concealer from Milani wasn't bright enough for her. So I'm going in with this Morphe brush, my favorite Morphe brush to blend out your nose contour and your concealer around your eyes with. If you guys want to know the name of this, just send me a comment after we post this, and I will go upstairs and get that brush and tell you guys what it is. Also, I will be putting in the description bar everything that we used, every color, everything you need to know. So go down there. If I forgot to mention it, go down there in the description box and you'll see everything that I used. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm just setting her brows. What I'm setting it with is this Maybelline foundation powder. It's in the color 310. I'm just setting it so that they don't crease. because we are going to go in and, you know, do the eyes first. So I'm going in with this palette. This is a Sephora palette. I can't remember the name, but like I said, I will put it in the description box, you guys. So don't fret. I will put it there. What we're doing with her eyes is we're just doing a classy, old Hollywood eye. Like, we're literally going to brighten up the eyelids, darken the crease, and also highlight her brow bone to give us that really classy look. We're also going to go in with a black wing liner. So you guys will also see that here coming up shortly. I actually didn't get that on camera, so our battery died in the middle of this. So I'm just going in, making sure I have that blended really well, because we're going to be touching these eyes again, even after we put on the liner, even later on, because with me, when I do a light lash, when I do a light lid, I always, by the time I get done with my makeup, I have to go back in and just kind of brighten it up and do a little bit more manipulation to it. So what happened with this? So I started going in with this Fenty Beauty Kilowatt, and I realized that, you know what, I want to actually make this brighter than that. So like I just mentioned, I'm going to be going in different times to brighten that up. I also wanted to give it not a really empowering shimmer, because her jewelry is silver and I didn't have any silver lid eyeshadow, but I wanted to go in with just a little shimmer that looked a little bit glittery if you went up close, but not too much, because I didn't want to bring in gold when her colors is black and silver. So yeah, we're coming together nice. I went in with this Jaclyn Hill palette, so I can use that lighter shade in the upper corner of the palette inside her inner corner. I really wanted to make that bright at this point, so that I can see if I needed to use a different, brighter eyeshadow palette, which I did end up doing. So as you can see, that's around the time my battery died, and I did not get the liner on camera. You guys probably wouldn't have wanted to see me do it anyway, because you do not want to learn how to put on wing liner from me. I'll be all over the place to try to get that really unique line look, crisp liner look, that a lot of the skilled makeup artists do. So it actually takes me a while, and like I said, I'll be all over the place. Like I said, as you see, I'm going in more on her eyes. Sometimes I do this with myself as well. Like, I'll put on my liner or put on my lashes, and then I see that I need to kind of go back in on my eyes and make it look more dramatic. So what you see me doing here is putting on some color correcting under her eyes. I usually don't put that much on her when I'm doing her makeup, but because she's going to homecoming and she's going to be, dancing or, doing whatever with her friends, I wanted to make sure that her makeup was going to stay flawless from start to finish. So I went in a little bit more with the color corrector, because I really wanted her makeup to look flawless on top of it. And I didn't want her to see any lines or anything popping up or seeing any discoloration through her makeup. None of these foundations that we're going to use is full coverage, so the way that I do that is by going in a little bit more with the color corrector. So this is where you guys are going to see me screw up completely, okay? I warned y'all. So, so this is the WetNWild color. I will put it on the screen so you guys can see exactly what, because the time of me recording this, I can't remember the shade color. But as I was putting this on and looking at the viewfinder on my camera, I was like, oh, baby, no, this is too bright. We got to fix this. So you're going to see, I was thinking I could get away with it, and then I just kept going, and I was like, and see, my daughter was trying to tell me I look scary. And she was helping me angle my camera better. So once I got to the forehead, I was like, yeah, we're going to match with a darker shade first. So this is where I went in to wipe around the perimeter of her face. This is a little trick you can do if you see that, if you do have a darker shade. Now, if you don't have a darker shade, you can't do this. You gotta, fix it with a contour. But if you have a darker shade, you can go ahead and wipe around the perimeter of your face with a makeup wipe. This is the reason why, guys, you always hear me say that I love doing a darker foundation on my face, because I know around the edges of my face are also dark, just like her. You get that tan line more around. So you can go in and wipe off that lighter shade, or just put the makeup in the middle of your face and then go in with that darker shade on the end. So this is where I'm going in with the Fenty 360, which is the perfect match around the perimeter of her face. Until we get to the forehead, you'll see her forehead is actually darker than this shade, but we're going to fix that, and I'll show you guys here shortly what we're going to do. So I'm just going to keep blending it, also bringing it down to her neck. And as you see, when we get to the forehead, you're going to see that her forehead is still a lot darker than the Fenty 360. So I can definitely fix that. That is definitely not, that's actually the easiest part to fix, because you're going to contour anyway. So that's why I wasn't too worried about it. But I'm just going back in a little more with the WetNWild concealer. The WetNWild foundation, sorry. And I'm just going to go in and work that in. Hide all of that color corrector. And just continue to go on our journey of flawless makeup. So now I'm just going in with the makeup brush and just really blending everything out. You don't want no harsh lines. The way around getting those harsh lines filled in correctly is to keep going in and buffing all the areas where you've added different colors or contours and everything, and just shaping everything out so it just looks like it's made together. So we're just going in with the Too Faced Sand. I keep wanting to say caramel. Caramel is my highlight shade, more closer to my skin tone. But here we're going in. I tried to use that technique that I see a lot of people using lately. Honestly, I could care less for this technique. I don't honestly see what it does. I think it's just a trend that everybody just hops on, because anytime there's something new in makeup, everybody want to try it. I could be wrong. Like I said all the time, I'm not a makeup artist, so there could be a reason behind this. I know the only reason I saw was so that you're not cakey under your eyes. But either way, if you put too much on the sides versus the center, it's going to end up cakey somewhere. So I just prefer to go with the usual technique. But I didn't mind doing it this way either, but I just don't see the point, like I said. So I'm just going in and blending all of this up, blending all this out. We are almost to the finish line, so you guys can see her overall look. I'm telling you, it ended up coming out so cute, so gorgeous, and she just looks so beautiful. I can't wait for you guys to see the overall look. It's something so satisfying about, contouring, especially when you're going under the eyes with that highlighted shade, then go back in and blend and buff. I'm telling you, it's just so satisfying. I think I really love doing makeup because one thing I absolutely love to do is coloring. I love to color in coloring books. I always have. It's just something so relaxing about it. So this is that technique I told y'all I was going to use. I wanted to use something thick in the dark contour part of her face. And I knew that if I went in light and build my way up with this MAC foundation stick in the color NW50, I believe it's NW50. If not, I'll put the correct one in the description box. But I just got a damp sponge. I dabbed on top of the shade, on top of the stick, the foundation stick, and then I went in and I just kept blending and dabbing it, especially around her nose, her forehead, especially her cheekbones, and then under her chin. But I just kept going in, and it just actually worked out so well, and I couldn't believe it. I was actually nervous and scared. I didn't want to use a liquid because a liquid is harder to blend, especially on lighter tones, for me at least, because I'm not skilled on that area yet. But if I use a liquid darker contour to contour the around the face, to just make everything look crisp, I noticed that I have a hard time blending it out. So I noticed that if I can build up and dab, I can do a better job with contouring. So I just wanted to add a little warmth to her crease, and that's why I pulled out the Juvias palette, and I just put a little bit of a warmth. There's a brick orange shade in that palette. And what I'm doing now is just going in with a little contour, powder contour, and just kind of giving her a light blend. Then we're going in with my all-time favorite Maybelline Blush. I cannot put this blush down. I honestly don't know if I'm ever going to want to use another blush after finding out this Maybelline Blush. I'm telling you, Maybelline needs to sponsor me because, I mean, when I tell you I use a lot of them and L'Oreal, honestly, products, I just love them. We're just putting a little highlight contour on there. Then also what we're going to do is go ahead and line her lips. Her lips is already a full, she already has a full set of lips. Like, she'll probably never have to get fillers in her lips. She definitely has her daddy lips, that's for sure. I wish mine were shaped like this. I really honestly would not have to overline my lips all the time. But with me, I think I have decided to go ahead and get my lips filled. I just need to make sure I find the right person that can do it. But I think I already know who that person will be. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, back to my daughter. So we're going to go in and just line it. This is a Sephora, I believe it's called Chestnut. But you have to be very careful because it is so wonderfully creamy that it can become really dark. So you have to really tread lightly and just put a little bit, like I'm putting it on messy, because I'm going to use a brush and just blend it out. We're going to blend it out until it looks like we blended out some lip liner. And then I could not find my my Teddy Velvet from MAC nude lipstick that we're going to put on top of this. So we actually use the same concealer under her eyes. We use that on her lips as a nude lip. But for some reason, I don't know how I lost that footage. But I just could not find out. I guess I must have turned my camera off or something. I have no idea what we did, but it just did not work out right for me to put it on camera so you guys can see. But when I'm putting on her lashes, you'll see that it was added. So as you see, while I'm putting on her lashes, that's her lips now. I actually use that the sand Too Faced concealer on her lips, and she's gonna put gloss on it towards the end. We just wanted to go with a nude lip to kind of match her eyes a little bit. So don't y'all just love how satisfying the makeup looks after you add the lashes? Ugh, I love it. It just sets everything right. Look at that. So now what we're going to be doing is fixing her hair. We're going to fix her hair up. What we're going to be going with is just a sleek back look. We were actually running out of time, so I had to rush in her room to go get her jewelry. So at least we have the jewelry on, so that as soon as I got done with her hair, she could get dressed. But what you guys are gonna see us do now is fix up her hair. Our goal with the hairstyle was part down the middle, sleek back, bring down some edges, and boom. So that's what you guys are gonna see me do. Just, you know, brush her hair back, because it was the theme at her homecoming was casino nights, and so I was going with that Hollywood theme with a more modern or our, you know, century Hollywood theme with the sleek hair back, you know, like Grammy night hairstyle, but more elegant and sleek. So I think I saw one of the Kardashians with their hair like this before at a some kind of runway or something. I don't even know where, but I just loved how her makeup looked, and I just ran for this style. So I just thought it was so cute, and she loved it. So it all worked out. I'm gonna be using some Got to Be Glued spray so that she don't have any flyaways or anything. Like I said, we're looking for a sleek middle part look. So I used the blow dryer just to kind of, you know, dry it so she doesn't have to worry about any flakes, and the flyaways will slick down. And then she didn't want it too flat to her head, so I had to use the blow dryer to kind of lift it up, but at the same time make sure that it was not gonna mess up at all. So this is what you guys see. Make sure y'all tell us down below how she looked, because I thought she just looked so cute and flawless. Definitely age appropriate, but for some reason I still felt like she looked a little bit older. She is 16, so, you know, I didn't want her to look not like a hoochie at all. We were not going for a hoochie look or a 25, 30-year-old look at all. So I feel like I did a good job in my own opinion. Some people might have their own opinions though. Some people may think it doesn't look good or, you know, whatever. So I can't wait for you guys to see her overall look. Her jewelry matches her dress to the T, and you guys are going to see that here pretty soon. Why? But I just thought she looked so beautiful. Make sure y'all tell us, like I said, what y'all think. Thank you guys for watching. You're gonna see her overall look in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I don't think I ended up getting the shoes on there, but her purse matched her shoes exactly. Thank you guys for watching. Everybody was trying to destroy her scene. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.